you feel left out. People are probably tagging you, and then, hey Amy, how are you? People are probably tagging you, but you just don't see it. And you feel left out of the conversation. Oh, thank you, Boo. That's a Venus flytrap. Thank you. Hey, Gage, how are you? Oh my god, that video of you and the one of your sister is so cute. I was dying when I saw that. It was the absolute cutest. Yeah, I got an update. Yeah. Yep, foam cover. Thank you, Virginia. I need to go get them done soon. She's so cute. Oh my god. Yeah, I love her sass, for sure. Oh, is it? Nice. So is everybody not big football fans, or? I myself am not. I want to catch the halftime show. My favorite food. I would say my favorite food would be probably Middle Eastern. I like Lebanese food. And I love tacos. Those would probably be my favorite foods. I am from Michigan. How long till halftime show do we know? Hi Fiona, yeah, I love tacos too. I think I have YouTube TV, which I might be able to. Hi, Calm and Collected ASMR, how are you? You guys make sure you are giving Calm and Collected ASMR a follow. And also, we have Princess of ASMR, ASMR Lovely Gage. You guys, Amy ASMR as well was in here. Please give all these amazing ASMR artists a follow. Oh, are you Blake? Hello, hello. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much, Calm and Collected. See, that's where I'm different. I don't like anything spicy. I do like tacos, but just not spicy tacos. A lot of people like the pins being pulled out, so that's why I put them in. I'm not a big spicy. Yeah, I get my stomach can't handle it. Like, even as soon as I start eating it, my stomach will just get all messed up. Yep, you're brave. Hi, stylist. Hi, stylist. Sorry, I missed your comment. But yeah, I could eat a chicken shawarma salad. Oh, with that dressing, it's the best. Hi, Malouche. How are you? Oh, I love cheese. I'm not a big pasta fan. Lasagna's good though. I like lasagna. But if I were gonna pick my favorite thing, hi Tasha from Ireland. My favorite would be definitely chicken shawarma or fattoush salad. post my lives. I'm not very good at content editing, so I just throw them up there. Hi, Marley. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you, Shannon, for the roses. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll put them in my face. Thank you so much. I like this sound. Do you guys like it? It just has a different sound because it's wood. Oh, thank you, Fiona. I have 2 kids. I'm a mom. I am married. I live in Michigan. Oh, good, boo. I'm a nurse. So I work a full-time job. I do this just as a hobby because I love ASMR. That's why I decided to give it a shot. ASMR helped me so much, and oh, thank you, Nicole. I'm sorry my mods are full. But yeah, I work a full-time job, so I do this as just a hobby, and I actually donate any of the gifts that are sent on my live. Right now, I am donating to the Know Your Rights camp for Black History Month. Toasted coconut. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Nicole. Ah, thank you, Grace. You're so beautiful, too. Thank you, Megan. Thank you for the roses. Yeah, ASMR has helped me a lot with anxiety, depression, stress. Mango salsa, mango salsa. Yeah, so, and then I've gotten a lot of beautiful gifts from viewers from my ASMR, my Amazon wish list, and those I use just to help give you guys ASMR. Otherwise, I just have bought a lot of stuff myself, so it just comes out of my pocket since I donate the money. But I love doing it. It's fun. I love interacting with people, and I like doing it as a hobby. ASMR. ASMR. Yes, Lucy, I'm actually going to pluck some negativity. And we'll do some affirmations with that as well. Marissa, if you missed mic scratching, are you still here? I'm gonna do some mic scratching for you without the cover if you're still here. Because I did do it, but you must have missed it. Marissa, are you still here? Okay, I don't believe Marissa is here anymore. Got my easy bag. Happy early Valentine's Day to everybody. I guess that's why they sent me a heart bag. Yulia and I just did best information. I just finished. So I got a couple of cool things in here. Oh, I might have taken that. There was some lip oil that I thought we got. And I got some lip gloss. Oh, there's the wrapper on it. I hate that when the wrapper sticks to you. Okay, we'll put some lip gloss on. Would you like some too? What is it? Oh, is it almost halftime? Oh no. Okay, let me see what else I got on there. Okay. This is some kind of highlighter. Let's just see. I'll put some on you. I bet I could find somewhere to watch it tomorrow, right? The halftime show. Hey, bye, how are you? Welcome in. I love your cute little videos of your little aquatic animals. They're so cute. I'm doing well, thank you so much. shuffling. Thank you, Rihanna. You are so beautiful too. Thank you for all the likes. Tap, 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 tap. Where are you at, Fiona? Thank you so much. These are just some blue light glasses. I think I got them in one of my subscription boxes. Oh my gosh, what is it called? I see the box. FabFitFun. Okay, bye. Okay. So I'm going to do some slime next, I think. Well, first I'll brush the tape. A lot of people like the tape. So we'll do some tape since I have it on. And then I'll do some slime. Somebody wants to. Oh, I missed it. I wanted to do a. Oh, you're in the UK. You guys don't get too much snow there, do you? Thank you guys for all the likes. Oh, Amland, are you still in here? Hey, Butterfly, welcome in. How are you doing? Did you get a bunch of snow today too, Butterfly? Hey, Nick, welcome in. Oh, Amland, I got your background up. I didn't know if you saw it hanging up. Your screen is too bright. Is it morning there? Oh, are you? Whereabouts in Michigan? I'm in the Detroit area. Yeah, I think we got a couple of inches. Oh, hang on one second. Oh, it's lunchtime. Okay. Yeah, I put the lights. I thought they'd help light it up and make it look nice. So. Was anybody here for the reading the other night? I'm reading my friend's book. Oh, yeah. Are you early for what? think we left them in the mess hall. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, Millie, for the roses. Thank you, Amland, for the magic letter. Thank you, guys. So I think we left them. They were leaving the mess hall to go to work. Yes. So they finished up their breakfast. Okay, so chapter 2. I pledge allegiance to Mars Corp and to CEO Sebastian Bloom. The workers of SciDev recited in unison. One corporation, one people, indivisible, with profit and wealth for all. Oh, thank you, Amland. Thank you so much for the bullseye. Thank you. The workday had always begun with the Mars Corp Pledge of Allegiance. Ever since the Megacorp had first colonized the greater southern hemisphere of the Red Planet nearly 100 years earlier, participation was, of course, mandatory. Refusing or failing to participate in the daily pledge would result in various punishments, ranging from light and trivial to abusive. Rustin recalled his first day of corporate mandated schooling when he was 5 years old. Though he'd practiced the pledge with Granny over and over the night before, he forgot it in class that morning. The teacher had required him to write out the pledge 10 times as punishment. Many years later, one day in botany class during the 10th year of schooling, he decided that he'd make a funny little joke and change the words of the pledge around. Excuse me. I pledge allegiance to my ass. Rustin would never forget how quickly the room went silent. His punishment had been to kneel with both knees and bearskin on hard corn seeds for the rest of the school day. Oof. He'd always recited the pledge perfectly after that. The 3 dozen or so workers in the SciDev main lobby began to meander to their desks and workspaces. Rustin headed towards the geology lab. Hey Rust, sorry to do this to you, Dr. William Patel said, but I have a few last-minute meetings with Director Marleus and some other suits this morning. The head of the geology department cradled his academic bag in one hand and a therm, likely coffee and rum, in the other. Good morning to you too, Will, Rustin said. The ice cores are in the freezer. We have about 25, I think. Anyway, have fun. Dr. Patel was off in a blur. Rustin was happy to work under Dr. Patel in the geology department. The pair compromised the entire department ever since Dieter Roharth's execution 3 months ago. The pair comprised the entire department ever since Dieter Roharth's execution 3 months ago. The work was interesting, challenging enough, and nearly stress-free. In fact, Rustin felt like he'd been born to be a scientist. It was his purpose and passion. Besides work, Rustin had another passion: the dreamy, ethereal, synth-based music of Astro Brain. The electronic music duo was the most famous musical group in the Corpo state. He chose their album, Neutron Star, for the workday's soundtrack. Rustin chuckled. Dieter hated this album. Despite the young man's poor taste in music, Rustin still missed him. Dieter had been with the department for only 2 years before he started protesting against living conditions. Though Dr. Patel and Rustin begged and pleaded with him to stop, the young man continued, and it wasn't long until they saw him suffocating in a death box on the Mars Corp News channel. Rustin would never forget the wailing cries of Dieter's mother, Avina Roharth, saw the morning her son was executed on live TV. He felt a chill run down his spine as he recalled the memory. Rustin donned a departmental cold suit, gloves, and hat, and entered the small room-sized walk-in freezer. The temperature inside measured a vicious negative 110 degrees Fahrenheit. He counted 26 carbon dioxide ice cores on the shelves, ranging in length from 1 to 4 yards and in diameter from 2 to 5 inches. He chose the largest to examine first. He brought it over to the table and took the ice core out of its storage tube, but something wasn't right. There was a dull red glow inside the far end of the ice core. Something trapped inside was giving off light. Rustin walked closer to the red light. It got brighter. What the hell is this? He reversed and stepped away, and the light grew dimmer. Puzzled, he decided to retrieve a hammer from the lab. When he returned to the freezer, the phenomenon repeated. It grew brighter as he approached. As Rustin inched closer and stood in close proximity to the light, it blinded him with its hues of crimson. He brought the hammer down on the carbon dioxide ice core. The ice shattered. One second, guys. I don't think I have any moderators in there. Thank you, Amlan, for the popcorn. Thank you so much. I am going to turn the comments off. Okay. Okay. Rustin walked closer to the red light. It got brighter. Oh, okay. I read that part already. So, as Rustin inched closer and stood in the close proximity to the light, it blinded him with its hues of crimson. He brought the hammer down on the carbon dioxide ice core. The ice shattered. The light was brighter than ever now, blinding. Rustin instinctively removed his glove and placed his bare hand over the source, eager to shield his eyes from the torrent of light. He felt a small, perfectly shaped cube under his palm, squeezed it, and picked it up. It was not very cold, despite being immersed in frigid carbon dioxide ice for untold millennium. The light increased at his touch. Rustin could see the bones in his hand as the red light shone through, refusing to be contained by mere organic matter. Then Rustin felt something. There was a sharp prick in the palm of his fisted hand. The bright crimson light dimmed down to nothing. He felt the warm trickle of blood run down his fingers. Rustin turned over his clenched fist and opened it. It was empty. Where the darkness swirled in, and Rustin passed out. Hey, Rust, you okay? Huh? Rust mumbled. He felt like he'd just woken out of a coma, or perhaps death. You must have passed out and hit your head, Dr. Patel said. Let's get you to medical. Rustin suddenly got a jolt of adrenaline. No, I'm fine, he said, sitting up. It's not worth the medical service charge. He could not afford more debt. Are you sure you're not hurt? Dr. Patel asked. How long have you been out? Rustin stood up and looked around the room. His eyes found the clock, which now read 11 in the morning. He realized he'd been unconscious for 5 hours in a dangerously cold freezer, and beyond all reason, he felt fine. Maybe half an hour, he said. I'll be okay. Well, don't worry. hours can wait till tomorrow. Go get some rest or get a drink at the bar or something. You need it, Dr. Patel said. And hey, I might see you there after work. Rustin sighed. Okay, well, thanks. See you later. He patted Dr. Patel on the shoulder. Then he exited the freezer, removed his cold suit, and headed straight for the workers' bar on sub-level 4. It was just a hallucination, Rustin told himself. His hands were shaking violently. He grasped at the guardrail of the stairwell and threw up his breakfast. Just a bizarre, hyper-realistic hallucination. And I just need a fucking drink. He labored down the stairs and finally walked into the bar. The dark, dingy, proletaire establishment was populated by the usual suspects. Exhausted workers from ServDiv and SecDiv and SciDiv, all wearing the typical red jumpsuits and all deep in their cups as often the case. With little in the way of entertainment or recreation in Zeta Base, alcohol was the preferred pastime of many workers. The bar had gray walls, cheap plastic tables and chairs that were worn with use. The dim red-hued mood lighting, there were no cameras or other monitoring devices, and Rustin figured that this had to be the only communal spot on base that did not have any real form of security or surveillance. This had not always been the case. After Zeta Base was founded 20 years earlier, the bar first opened. The workers ripped the camera out of the wall in a drunken rage merely hours after the first drink had been poured. The megacorp, so it would seem, had simply gone too far. The workers were monitored and controlled in every aspect of their lives, which mostly they had to begrudgingly accept. However, when Mars Corp tried to police their only relief from their harsh reality, the workforce united in solidarity and successfully negotiated against monitoring technology in the bar. Rustin was living with Granny in Alpha Base at the time, and so hadn't been stationed at Zeta Base yet. But he remembered hearing things, rumors and whispers that the workers of Zeta Base had successfully bargained with the Megacorp and had suffered fewer than 20 deaths in doing so. Mostly he remembered the incredulous attitude of those who gossiped about it. They simply could not believe that workers had effected a change in policy, minor as it was. Rustin had asked Granny if such a thing had been normal on Earth. She told him that yes, in many countries it was normal, and there was even a word for it: democracy. Rustin sat down in one of the stools at the bar. "Hey there, Rust," the bartender greeted him. Shu ran his fingers through his own graying hair. "You okay? You look like shit." Rustin groaned. "Tell me about it. I passed out at work, so Dr. Patel sent me home." Rustin, damn, passed out. You alright? Shu talked as he wiped down the counter of the bar. "How is Will these days anyway? We haven't caught up in a spell." "He's okay. He said he might be here later." "Good, I'll be here. What are you having anyway? The usual?" "No, I think I'll try something new today. Maybe a cocktail. Any suggestions?" "Feeling adventurous, eh?" Shu chuckled. "I know. Just the thing." The old burly bartender poured some bourbon into a metal shaker, followed by a couple of dashes of bitters, a splash of water, and some sugar. After shaking it up and pouring it into a plastic cup over ice, he retrieved an orange, cut out a sliver of the peel, rubbed it on the rim of the glass, and plopped it in. He slid the cocktail over to Rustin. "Oh wow," Rustin said, marveling at the artful beverage. "I don't know, Joe. This looks pretty expensive." "Hell with it. My treat," Joe said, dismissing the notion with a wave of his hand. He swiped his thumb nano chip on the register. You sure look like you could use it. Rustin grasped the cup and took a sip of the cocktail. It was delicious, the best he'd ever had. The best he'd ever tasted. Complex, dark, bright, and sweet all at once. Wow. Yeah, I thought you might like that, Joe grinned. It's called an old-fashioned. The bourbon wasn't made in Kentucky, but I won't tell if you won't. What's Kentucky? Rustin asked. I think I remember Granny mentioning that word a couple of times. Joe laughed. It was some province in that old empire, the United States of America. I guess they made bourbon there. My grandpa told me that Kentucky people would get real mad about bourbon, like only they had the right to drink it or something. Rustin finished his drink. That was fucking great. My compliments to Kentucky. You can just give me the bottle, though. He was very surprised that he wasn't yet feeling the much-needed effects of the alcohol. As you wish, Joe said, chuckling. That kind of day, huh? I understand. He placed the bottle of bourbon in front of Rustin, swiped the geologist's thumb nano chip, and went off to serve others. Rustin took a swig of bourbon. The TV over the bar, while muted, displayed the Mars Corp news channel and the current story. CEO Sebastian Bloom en route back to Earth. It showed some clips of CEO Bloom's rocket lifting off from Alpha Base this morning. The blue plume of plasma trailing behind the spacecraft like a long, slender phantom. Rustin remembered now that Bloom had just arrived, about 15 days prior, for his biannual visit to Mars. It had always been a heavily promoted and publicized event where Bloom visited the Red Planet every 2 years. The CEO would tour various bases, give motivational speeches to crowds of dejected workers who were forced to listen and clap, then go back to his home somewhere on Earth. Rustin knew Earth was in bad shape, but he also often wondered, why does the CEO spend so much time there if it's so bad? Rustin reached across the counter and grabbed the pen and pad of paper sitting there. He began doodling mindlessly. Then he remembered the strange glowing cube. He dropped the pen and went to reach for his bourbon, but then he looked at the pad of paper. There was a perfectly drawn cube. Rustin didn't remember drawing it. What the fuck? He thought to himself. He set the bottle of bourbon down. Then he realized that he wasn't nearly drunk enough, despite taking several swigs of the liquor. Something was wrong and it had to be fixed. As usual, Rustin knew exactly what he had to do. He began chugging the bourbon. He needed to get fucking hammered. Whoa, a drunk woman hollered in the dark bar, egging him on to finish the fifth. A couple other workers began clapping. Rustin gave the thumbs up as he chugged and chugged the liquor, his throat now burning in fiery pain. But he wasn't a quitter, so he kept on drinking. After a few seconds, the bourbon was gone, and so was Rustin. When he came to, Rustin was sitting at a table, surrounded by Dr. Patel, Luciana Mendez of SurfDiv, and Jacob Roharth, who was the husband of Avina Roharth and father to the recently departed Dieter. Jacob was sloppy drunk now, as he frequently was the past 3 months. When he wasn't sloppy drunk, he was functional regulated-based brothel. Her kitchen post could not pay the cost of cancer treatment for her teenage daughter, Mary, so she had no choice but to work as a pleasure girl to secure a higher wage. "How about you, Rustin?" "Huh," Rustin said. "How's work been?" Rustin paused. What was that strange cube I found in the ice core? "Mars to Rustin," Luciana chuckled, waving her hand in front of his face. "Sorry, I'm just feeling a bit strange." "Rustin passed out in the storage freezer today," Dr. Patel said. "I found him collapsed on the ground, missing a glove, too." Rustin looked at his right hands. 5 hours in frigid cold and not a speck of frostbite. He turned his hands over. The skin looked quite healthy and unremarkable. Jacob raised his cup. I've been there, my friend. He took a swig of whiskey and laughed. Then he started sobbing uncontrollably. Dr. Patel patted his lifelong friend on the shoulder. "You're okay, Jakey." Luciana grasped Jacob's forearm. "Hush now, sweetheart," she said gently. "Everything is okay." Jacob's heaving sobs diminished. He wiped his watery eyes on his sleeve. "I propose a toast," Rustin said. "To Dieter." He raised his cup of whiskey. Luciana raised her cup to Dieter. "To Dieter," Dr. Patel said. "A compassionate, intelligent man. May his debts be paid." "May his debts be paid," the group echoed in unison. "My son did not deserve to die," Jacob declared. "No, he didn't," Luciana agreed. "He did nothing wrong." "Of course he didn't," Dr. Patel said. "There's nothing wrong with wanting a better life." "To Mars Corp there is." The other three looked at Rustin. They all knew where this would go. They were drunk enough not to care. "Fuck Mars Corp. We ought to fight back," Jacob said. He looked around the bar vigilantly, then slammed his hand on the table. "Unionize." Dr. Patel grimaced. "You shouldn't even say that word." "Fuck that," Luciana sneered, fire in her voice. "That's exactly what we should do. Unionize." She pulled out a small book from inside her red jumpsuit, then placed it upon the table. It was a copy of the Martian Workers' Unionization Manifesto. The bar went silent. "Where did you get that?" Dr. Patel asked curiously. Picking up the old contraband book, he opened it to the first page. "I've heard about this book, but I've never seen it myself." "It belonged to my parents," Luciana said, "before they were euthanized." Her parents had evidently kept their revolutionary views secret for decades, since both had lived to their ripe 70s without being caught with the banned book. There existed a very simple fact of life for people living under the heel of Mars Corp. Like Luciana's parents, there were old, covert revolutionaries, and there were dead, overt revolutionaries. Luciana's father had been a barber his entire life, and her mother had been a launderer. Neither had ever protested. Both had seemed content with their simple, low-income jobs. Of course, they truly hadn't been, but they'd known that their daughter would grow up an orphan if they made their views known. "My head is bloody, but unbowed," Dr. Patel recited from Invictus. "Bloody but unbowed" is underlined and circled with red ink. "Bloody but unbowed," Luciana nodded. It was my parents' favorite line of Invictus. They always said it's what we Martians are. Bloody but unbowed. Jacob nodded and raised his cup. "Bloody but unfucking bowed." "Bloody but unbowed," Rustin said, and joined the others in a toast. The other bar patrons in close proximity "What is it?" Jacob asked. Luciana flipped the folder around so they could see the title. It read, "Constitution of the Free State of Mars." "Free State of Mars," Dr. Patel commented. "Never heard of it." "Of course you haven't," Luciana said. "You think Mars Corp would let us find out about something like this?" Dr. Patel shook his head. "I suppose not." "Damn right they wouldn't," Jacob slurred, then took another swig of his whiskey. "What is this place, anyway?" "You remember the Yamamoto Walker conglomerate?" Luciana asked them. "What about them?" Rustin asked. The YWC had begun colonizing Mars nearly 50 years before Mars Corp, and were the first corporation to do so. In a major tactical move, they feinted purely neutral scientific interest in Mars, brought paramilitary power to ensure their own dominance on the Red Planet, then claimed the greater northern hemisphere as their own territory. They had also been the first corporation to declare independence from governments of Earth, labeling themselves a sovereign nation and becoming the most powerful force on Mars for several decades. The dominance only waned after Mars Corp came along. "They're gone," Luciana said with a sly smile. She took a sip of her whiskey. "There was a coup. A lot of people died. The workers seized control and are now holding tribunals against YMC leadership." "How do you know all this?" Dr. Patel asked curiously. He twirled one end of his mustache. "It would be safer for you three not to know," Luciana admitted. She leaned in close to the three men, and her voice fell to a whisper. "But I'll tell you. Marie made an unauthorized radio a while back. She even made an antenna and everything, using all scraps. Then we snuck it to the surface and got in touch with the Free State. That was months ago. We worked with them to have a Sective Ranger bribed. It was their idea. It cost them a fortune. But we managed to get a few dozen of these smuggled into Zeta Base." Luciana held up the copy of the Constitution. "They want the same thing to happen here and all other Mars Corp bases." "I don't believe it," Jacob said happily. He seemed to have tears of joy in his eyes, and his smile was wider than it had been in months. "It finally happened. That's astonishing." "Truly?" Dr. Patel asked impatiently. "The workers truly accomplished this?" Luciana simply nodded, her sly grin growing in the dark shadows of the bar. "What did you do with the other copies?" Rustin inquired. "I distributed them already," Luciana said matter-of-factly. "Wait," Dr. Patel said. "Then that means things will start happening soon, you'll see." Part of Rustin was terrified of what Mars Corp might do if they found out what was happening. Another part was invigorated at the possibility of change. But just then, in the dark, musty working-class bar, something didn't feel quite right. Rustin had a strange, distinct feeling that they were being watched. Okay, guys. That was chapter 2 of my good friend's book, J.T. Barr, Rust and Blood. You can find this on Amazon if you are interested. I'll continue reading this at the end of my lives each night. But just in case you miss it, you can pick up your own copy. So I'm just trying to support a dear friend of mine, and the book is actually really quite good. I'm so proud of him. So, thank you guys for coming in. is going to be the end of my life. Oh, Amber, thank you so much, honey. You don't have to do that. Thank you. So, that is going to be the end of my life, and I will read my end of life poem, as I always do. This was written by a friend of mine that I used to work with. At least I think she wrote it. I'm not positive on that, but she put it in this frame for me when I was going through a rough time in my life, and she knew I needed it. So I always try to read this at the end of my lives to leave you guys with something positive for people who may need to hear this. The poem is called Don't Quit. When things go wrong, as they sometimes will, when the road you're trudging seems all uphill, when the funds are low and the debts are high, and you want to smile but you have to sigh, when care is pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but don't you quit. Life is queer with its twists and turns, as every one of us sometimes learns, and many a failure turns about when he might have won had he stuck it out. Don't give up, though the pace seems slow. You may succeed with another blow. Success is failure turned inside out, the silver tint of the clouds of doubt, and you never can tell how close you are. It may be near when it seems so far, so stick to the fight when your heart is hit. It's when things seem worst that you must not quit. Oh, welcome back, Millie. Thank you guys again for coming in, and thank you so much for all the gifts. And I think now we will. I'm gonna see who else is on and send you guys over for a love raid. Okay, so we have ASMR Healing Snow White. ASMR Healing Snow White. If you guys could pop into her live and tell her that Cosmic sent you. Let me see. Do I have a comment box up? There are no questions. I can't put a question in there. Let me see. Oh, I can't do any. Oh, okay, thank you. Perfect. Yes, ASMR Healing Snow White. If you guys can go over there and tell her that Cosmic sent you and do a love raid for ASMR Healing Snow White. She's amazing. You guys will love her. She does amazing ASMR. And please grab Amland and Mistletoe ASMR out of the chat as well. Thank you guys for coming in. I love you all. Good night. I'll see you over at Snow White.